So today in Bud Light news, yes, for whatever reason, Bud Light just can't shut up and they can't take this L lying down. Anheuser Busch, the CEO, refuses, and we know which way. If they were lying down, they would definitely be ass up, refuses to say whether Bud Light will work with Dylan Mulvaney again. Why? It's like going to the creators of Itchy and Scratchy and asking if Poochie's going to make another appearance. This is the dumbest stuff imaginable. Hey, you know that person that was responsible for killing one brand completely off and then costing your company like $27 billion? Are you signing up to work with them again? Are you going to be sending out another can this time to reflect the new hairstyle? People are dumb. There was apparently another question lodged within that CBS Morning interview that has gone over about as well as Bud Light at a music festival. So in order to clear everything up, guess who's come back out to just sip a beer and have a chat with the guys? I have no idea. I've just seen this stupid still frame out there multiple times over, and we're going to listen to all 4 minutes of this, live react to it, because I think that this is going to be absolutely stupid, because the only thing that I know about this is Dylan is specifically addressing Bud Light's situation for the first time in a long time. So let's listen up. Let's listen and believe, because we believe all women.
Hi. One thing I will not tolerate people saying about me is that I don't like beer because
Oh my god, who drinks beer from a fucking, fake ass mason jar? That shit's weird. Okay, you drink it from a can, you drink it from a bottle, or if you're, drunk enough at night, you lick it off the floor, okay?
I love beer and I always have.
Okay. Yeah, I know, probably back in the day, you and the bros would just go ahead and, rip off your shirt and do a couple of chest bumps, right? Back when you were in college? Is that what you guys did? Oh, no, right. You were fake Mormon or something like that. Or just, you played a Mormon when you were struggling to get work, but then you see a niche that was, anyways.
I built my platform on being honest with you.
By saying that you're a woman, by building my platform for being honest with you guys.
And what I'm about to tell you might sound like old news, but you know that feeling when you have something uncomfy like sitting on your chest?
Yes. Every time that I see your face, I feel incredibly uncomfortable because it's like, we all know what's up. Like, anybody confused? And also something I'm noticing as well is, okay. No, jokes aside here for a minute, folks. Do you see the tips of Dylan's fingernails? That doesn't look well, okay? Unless, they were digging something out a little bit earlier. I'm not too sure, though.
Well, that's how I feel right now.
Oh, okay.
So this feels like the right thing to do.
Oh, good.
I took a brand deal with a company that I loved. And
which one? Because you had an entire list. Do we need to run down the list of companies that you took a brand deal from? Which, yes, I'm sure they just, just rung, well, probably not too hard. Just had to wring your wrist over that one, right? Here, we're going to give you like a 5-6 digit deal. You just make a couple of posts on social media and, they make sure that the check clears. Yo, L hair hat right there. Holy, like, what's going on? You're just falling apart under scrutiny.
And I posted a sponsored video to my page.
Okay.
And it must have been a slow news week because the way that this ad got blown up, you would have thought
it was a slow news week. NCAA March Madness was going on during the time. Okay, I think that was on and around the exact same time that Trump was getting, the indictment was either leaked or he was about to appear before a DA in New York. So no, it got the requisite amount of news coverage. Nobody ever anticipated Anheuser-Busch would continue to fuck the dog, proverbially, for as long as they have. But hey, man, that's on them for making this story just the multi-month affair that it has.
Thought I was like on a billboard or on a TV commercial or something major, but no.
Yeah, it's because it's like, come on, they're stupid, but they aren't that stupid. They also know that, yeah, okay, the 50,000, 75,000, who the fuck actually knows what the ultimate number was at the end of the day. They knew that if they sponsored your video, just got a couple of social media posts that are out there, more eyeballs are going to see that post than running a multi-million-dollar commercial on boomer platforms. All they would just be doing is proselytizing to the converted at that point, because you just take a look at the demographics and the people that are watching. Those people, if they aren't drinking Bud Light, well, fuck it. They aren't drinking at all. But if you're trying to get into a new market and you want to get into the younger demographic, as was made very obvious by the since departed Alyssa Heinerschneid, she's not dead or anything, she's just been fired. Aha. Justifiably so. Only Kathleen Kennedy can stick around a company after she fucks multiple brands and keep her job. So no, so far you're 0 for 2 when it comes to claims, but alright.
It was just an Instagram video.
Well, technically 0 for 3 because you said that you were going to tell the truth, and I think that you started out by something about being a woman.
And the wildest part is that they also sent me one can with my face on it.
Oh my god, repeating the lie from the big CEO, Michael Ducaris. It was just one post, it was one can, one sponsorship, you fucks!
You might have seen it. And funny story, I had the can around my house.
Spoiler, it's not going to be funny.
But then I realized, wait, I need to protect this can. So I hid it somewhere, and now I can't find it because I hid it so well. But when I do find it, I feel like it needs to go in a museum.
Okay, so delusions of grandeur, and was I right? Maybe Dylan really is a woman because that story was not funny at all whatsoever. Yo, man, okay, I still get more of a laugh out of bonus holes.
Preferably behind bulletproof glass.
Nobody's gonna, oh my god. That was at least clever, okay? I'll give you that one. That one was clever because still, so far, you haven't mentioned by name Bud Light, but, you know, you've made all the requisite allusions to, including, you know, Kid Rock's famous stunt.
And you might be thinking, Dylan, why bring it up now?
Well, to be fair, for the past 3 months, it's probably been the single most popular can that's out there. It's kind of funny because the can of Bud Light itself is probably more prestigious, at least in value, than what Bud Light has sold in the previous 3 months. I'm just saying.
I'm bringing it up because what transpired from that video.
I'm also noticing it in the background, right? Okay. Like, this fucking dude is so pale, and that background looks really, really nice, okay? I'm noticing the trees and all that shit. Yo, man, what kind of a spree of sponsorship deals are we going to be seeing here very, very shortly? And we know that Dylan's not exactly scared of a bunch of chemicals, so unless he's wearing, like, you know, SPF 3000, brother's spending 0 time outside.
Was more bullying and transphobia than I could have ever imagined.
Yeah, but that shit's funny.
And I should have made this video months ago, but I didn't.
Hey, you know what? At least somebody's taking responsibility. Leave it up to the half a chick in order to take responsibility, as opposed to the company that's out there. But still, I haven't said specifically what it is, but we all know. We all kind of know. So again, that's kind of the waffling that you would expect from a chick. So yes, half of the accountability from a guy, and then of course, you know, the passive-aggressive tactics of a woman. So hey, just about got there.
And I was scared, and I was scared of more backlash, and I...
Yeah, well, if the face popped out of a closet, you too would also be scared.
I felt personally guilty for what transpired, so I patiently waited
Emotional
for things to get better.
damage.
But surprise, they haven't really.
Oh,
and I was waiting for the brand to reach out to me, but they never did.
Oh no. It's almost like if you have a former employee who dealt irreparable damage to the brand, would they be champing at the bit in order to get a comment? This also harkens back to one of the other statements when, I don't know, some additional cosmetic surgery was being done when he had, you know, the big swollen head, wearing a cardigan inside. I've seen this dude's face more than I've ever wanted to see anybody's face in my fucking life over the past 3 months. Oh my god, making thumbnails with that goofy fucking expression is really taking a toll. But at least this video is going to offer some, you know, new fodder, and I can at least laugh about the time that we broke this down. But yeah, just the inbuilt narcissism, which again, you know, if you've watched any of the interviews or any of the clips out there, we already know that narcissism meter is already pinned into the red for a very long time. So yeah, we know that the company that sponsored me like lost 20 some odd billion dollars, but why didn't they ask how I'm doing? I wonder why.
And for months now, I've been scared to leave my house. I have been ridiculed in public.
Yeah, James O'Keefe, shout out. Just asking you a question. Just asking some questions.
I've been followed, and I have felt a loneliness that I wouldn't wish on anyone.
Oh no.
And I'm not telling you this because I want your pity.
That's exactly why you're doing this.
I'm telling you this because if this is my experience from a very privileged perspective...
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Know that it is much, much worse for other trans people.
Oh my god. And trans people of color. Say it. Say it.
For a company to hire a trans person and then not publicly stand by them is worse, in my opinion, than not hiring a trans person at all.
Oh, this is why you never, ever, ever capitulate and fuck around with the left, because you can never be left enough for them. Once you go woke, you can never be woke enough. Fuck around and find out. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, and here's your trophy right there. Good thing for you, it doesn't weigh that much.
Because it gives customers permission to be as transphobic and hateful as they want.
Oh no, they were always going to be that anyways, because this shit's hilarious. Oh my, I gotta save that. That screenshot right there is fucking tits. You already probably know this from the thumbnail, but that's going to be on the thumbnail because that is so perfect. Oh my god.
And the hate doesn't end with me. It has serious and grave consequences for the rest of our community. And
oh my god, grave consequences. We know 42% can't be wrong.
And you know, we're customers too. I know.
Not really, no, because you guys are taking it out of all of your bars. So,
I know a lot of trans and queer people who love beer. And I have some lesbian friends who could drink some of those haters under the table. But...
well, probably. They could also beat, you know, some of those quote-unquote haters in a good arm wrestling match. We've seen some of them before. Not all that convincing.
To turn a blind eye and pretend
a brown eye.
everything is okay, it just isn't an option right now.
Okay.
And you might say, but Dylan, I don't want to get political. Babe, supporting trans people, it shouldn't be political.
You're right, but you guys made it that. Oh well, stay away from the kids, weirdo.
There should be nothing controversial or divisive about working with us. And I know it's possible because I've worked with some fantastic companies who care. But caring about...
trying to be ML gay right now? What are we doing?
The LGBTQ plus community requires a lot more than just a donation somewhere during Pride Month.
Exactly. You have to bend over and grab your ankles for your local trans person. Come on now, everybody. Let's do it. No, fuck that. I'm Magic Johnson.
And all this to say, bottom line is that if you follow me, if I've made you smile, if you care about me.
Okay, to be fair, you have made me smile by the amount of views you continue to get. It's fucking wild. Anyways, and that's another good freeze frame right there. See, Dylan, you're making people smile, even though I don't agree with you at all whatsoever. But anyways, let's continue.
I need you to care about every trans person.
Oh no, I don't even care about everybody in my own family, let alone every trans person that I may or may not have met. So, no, thanks for the advice, but not gonna take it, of course. I'm not fucking weird like that.
And I need you to support us, and I need you to stand by us.
See, these are the strong people, right? Like, it takes bravery to do this stuff, but you have to constantly reaffirm their existence all the time. God, that must be so fucking boring, instead of just, you know, living your life, instead of having to make political statements every single day. We need to be supported. We need to be affirmed. We need to be... shut your fucking mouth. Wear your stupid Edge 1998 debut glasses. I don't know why those came back into vogue.
And hey, it's still Pride Month. So,
oh, thank God for one more fucking day.
I'm gonna celebrate being alive. And...
well, you and the 58% out there. Oh, somebody's got to do it.
and I'm gonna celebrate the trans people in my life and the ones I haven't met yet.
Oh, good.
And I'm going to celebrate the fact that no matter how many thousands of horrible messages or news anchors misgendering me...
I'm going to take a wild guess that the hate mail is probably vastly overinflated. Because from what I see, most people might associate the name Dylan with Bud Light, but mostly it's just like, oh, that weird Bud Light tranny. Like, that's about the extent that the outrage goes. I don't think anybody's contacting you, at least to the extent that you're trying to put it out there. The thousands of hate messages. First of all, welcome to the internet. You have how many millions of followers? I still imagine, even just taking a look at the comments of some Instagram and TikTok posts, the good to the bad is probably at least 10 to 1 when it comes to public support. Okay, so you're doing pretty good in that event, and that's just, you know, a rough estimation. And then for people to take it to the next step, like there's some people that I support online, like people that I like a lot and think that they do good work. I don't reach out to them, and especially if, you know, you're putting forth this empathetic, sympathetic message, or at least calls for those emotions, you're going to end up getting more support than you will credible, actionable threats. Just saying. I'm sure that they do happen, just not to the extent that you're just trying to push out there. But come on now.
Or companies going silent, that I can look in the mirror and see the woman that I am.
Bruh, I thought you said you were going to be honest with everyone.
and that I love being. And I know you were probably here for the tea of it all, but I would love for something productive to come from this. So there is a link in my bio to the Trans Law Center, who is doing some wonderful work if you have the means to donate.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a nice grooming charity that you have right there.
And to the good people out there, I love ya. I really do. And cheers, but only if you're of legal drinking age. Okay, I love
I guess that maybe satisfies Ted Cruz. Probably, you know, he's a little bit flumpy when it comes to this stuff.
you. Bye.
Okay, that was very insightful, Dylan. Thank you. But as the New York Post has it written up, we needed to watch that because, you know, sometimes I don't really trust the characterizations by certain outlets. And Dylan Mulvaney rips Bud Light as, well, I didn't name them, okay, as trans influencer tearfully. There's no tears. Maybe just a couple of artificial choke-ups, but okay. After $20 billion fiasco. Dylan Mulvaney on Thursday blasted Bud Light for giving customers permission to be transphobic and as hateful as they want by abandoning the trans influencer following the backlash over a disastrous tie-up. Yeah, it's just like also, you know, abandoning a contractor that comes in, remodels your bathroom, you pay them, and then they leave. You abandon them afterwards. Like, the fuck is going on? Social media star finally broke her silence. Okay, with an emotional Instagram video to her 1.8 million followers, tearfully revealing that she has been ridiculed in public. Outside of the James O'Keefe situation, I kind of doubt it. Everybody would just go, you kind of look like... it's not even worth it. And has felt a loneliness that I wouldn't wish on anybody. You are, at least in 2023, one of the most recognizable, even if not by name, people in the world. Meanwhile, there are some guys that experience such levels of loneliness that you could not even imagine. So just, again, all of these appeals to emotion kind of fall on deaf ears when you know what the fuck you're talking about. For a company to hire a trans person and then not publicly stand by them is worse than not hiring a trans person at all. See, this is what you could learn from this, okay? Just don't hire them at all next time. That's going to be the ultimate takeaway on this one. Okay, cool. We'll just cut right to the end. The comments come a day after Anheuser-Busch CEO Brendan Whitworth, which I don't think this is an accident. I really don't. It's just a too big of a quinky of a goddamn dink for, at least in my opinion. Refused to say whether the company would ever work with Dylan Mulvaney again. Yeah, for the reasons I stated up front. Mulvaney said that she posted a video to her social media on April 1st touting Bud Light. She received more bullying and transphobia than I could have ever imagined. And I lost the fucking can. See, that would have been funny. You know, if you were trying to be funny there for a second. I got way better screen caps than all of those. Except for, you know, throwing up the Freemason hand sign. I see what you're doing there, Dylan. Trying to shut out another group. Bud Light sales suffered their steepest drop yet since the controversy broke, with sales for the week ended June 20th down 28.5% from a year ago. So, you know why that's important? Oh, why hasn't Bud Light committed to working again with Dylan Mulvaney? Why hasn't Anheuser-Busch reached out to Dylan Mulvaney? 28.5% drop 9 weeks into this catastrophe. And guess what? It's only going to get worse because they're still offering free beer out there, but the stigma is very much still intact. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.